The Last Train. In a small town nestled between rolling hills, there was an old train station that had long since fallen into disuse. The station had once bustled with passengers and steam, but now its platforms were overgrown with weeds, and its ticket booth was dusty and abandoned. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a single ancient train would pull into the station, its whistle echoing through the quiet streets. One chilly autumn evening, a young woman named Clara arrived at the station. She had heard tales from her grandmother about the mysterious train that arrived every night. Driven by curiosity and a touch of nostalgia, Clara decided to see if the stories were true. As she stood on the platform, the distant sound of the train's whistle grew louder. The old locomotive slowly came into view, its headlights cutting through the gathering darkness. Clara's heart raced with excitement. The train came to a stop, and the door of one of the cars creaked open. She hesitated for a moment before stepping inside. The interior of the train was beautifully preserved, with plush velvet seats and polished wood paneling. The air smelled faintly of cedar and old books. Clara found an empty seat and sat down, wondering where the train would take her. The train lurched forward, and soon they were moving at a leisurely pace through the night. Hours passed, and the scenery outside the windows changed from the familiar landscapes of her town to a magical realm of shimmering forests and starry skies. Clara gazed in wonder as the train glided through a world she'd only dreamed of. Eventually, the train slowed to a stop at a station that seemed to be made entirely of crystal. Clara stepped out onto the platform and found herself in a place of dreams, a realm where time stood still and the past, present, and future existed in harmony. She wandered through this fantastical place, meeting characters from old stories and witnessing events from long-forgotten eras. When the first light of dawn began to appear, Clara knew it was time to return. She boarded the train once more, and as it pulled away from the crystal station, she felt a sense of profound peace. The train journeyed back through the magical realm and eventually arrived at her town's old station just as the sun was rising. As Clara stepped off the train, she glanced back to see it vanish into the mist. The old station, now completely silent, seemed to nod in acknowledgement of her adventure. With a heart full of wonder and memories, Clara walked home, knowing she had witnessed something extraordinary. From that day on, the old station was no longer just a forgotten relic. It was a gateway to realms beyond imagination, visited by those who dared to dream and believed in the magic of the last train.